I don't know if your listeners are into these fermented foods like kimchi and kombucha. Well,
Yes.
here's the problem that in our culture, we adopt these fermented foods that come from different cultures that have been around for decades, maybe centuries.
Uh-huh.
And we adopt these foods into our diet without knowing what the microbes are, else they can do in our body. And so, what I want to tell people about kimchi, it's a fermented cabbage dish, and they usually use a bacterium by the name of Lactobacillus plantarum. Now, it's a good lactobacilli. The problem is that most people don't know it produces very strong natural antibiotic substances, which unfortunately can inhibit four species of bifidobacteria. And if you watch the news, you know that the big question now is about immunity and how important bifidobacteria is to our immunity. So this is again the lack of knowledge of people going out and taking whatever they heard last and not understanding what the consequences are to our total health. So this is very, silly, and that's why microbes are a lot smarter than we are, and we cannot just adopt something from another culture without knowing what the full advantages or possible consequences can be if we consume that product.
I understand. Now, then say a little bit about then how we should prepare it. Like, I mean, I know. I mean, I remember my grandma at the summertime we would gather the cabbage. We also would gather a green tomatoes, and then she would cut them in half and then stuff them with garlic and spices and because we ate seasonal at that time. How is that different than what we doing now? I don't
Okay,
understand this.
well, okay, there's two different things. In the old country, we just used to use salt, which is fine. And salt,
Right,
will sour the cabbage or whatever vegetables
right.
we were fermenting. In Korea, they use a specific lactobacilli to ferment kimchi, which is quite powerful and has a very sour taste and a punch to it. Sometimes they add, spices to it to make it hot and spicy. And it's
Oh,
something they've consumed in their culture and they know how to consume it, when to consume it. I'm just saying, if you're from a different genetic background and you start
okay.
consuming something that's not there and you don't know when to consume it, what to do with it, you're possibly then doing good for your small intestine, but then damaging the proliferation of bifidobacteria into your large intestine.